Temecula and Murrieta. I have one crazy fact for you in this month's market update. Okay, so are you ready for it? Temecula and Murrieta, this is your October market update. Much of the data is really to be expected. I'm going to start with that, and then I'm going to end with that crazy number. So our median days on market has creeped up to 9 days, both cities, whereas we were seeing, 5, 6, 7 earlier in the year. 9 is still very, very short, but it is creeping up a smidge. Now, our month supply, we're looking at Temecula 1.4 months and Murrieta 1.2. So, about a month and a half, which means that, if all the inventory that we have, if we got no new inventory, how long would it take for us to sell through it? We had 188 new listings in Temecula and 219 in Murrieta. Now, the new listing numbers in Temecula have been in the 200s, May through September. So this is actually the first that it's dipped under 200 since the spring, which is something to pay attention to. Murrieta's inventory is feeling much like it did in the first few months of the year, which honestly is pretty typical for this time of year. Nothing really out of the norm for Murrieta in regards to new listings. So Temecula really was the more noticeable month last month. Active listings, Temecula saw 273 and Murrieta was 292. Both of those were down 13% compared to last year. Pending sales, Temecula had 124, Murrieta had 157. Both of those were down compared to last year. Temecula was down 45% and Murrieta was down 36%. So pretty significant decrease in regards to accepted offers compared to this time last year. And then closed sales, for Temecula, there were 203. Our peak months this year for the number of closed sales was April through July, which is pretty typical. Really, honestly, we're trending much what you would expect for this time of year for both Murrieta and Temecula. Murrieta was 220. Both of those were down compared to last year in regards to the actual numbers, but the pattern, the flow compared to year over year is pretty typical. Just the numbers were less. Here is that shocker. Our median sales price. I've been telling you each month how it's been rising, it's been rising, it's been rising, but I was looking at every single month this year. So Temecula last month in October, our median sales price was $690 and Murrieta's was $608,950. Such an odd number. Well, in January of this year, Temecula's median sales price to start off the year was $580 and Murrieta's was $513,500. So both cities saw almost $100,000 increase from January to now. Yeah, let's pause on that for a second. Did you hear that? Almost $100,000 from January to now. So just keep in mind, I want to talk to our buyers. I am not saying this to scare you at all. I am not a doom and gloom. You know me, I am such a corny person. I really firmly believe that you will get the house that you are supposed to have when you are supposed to have it. Without a doubt, it will happen. If you have been on the fence about buying, understand the rental market is insane right now. Lines out the door. You pay for application after application after application, and you're paying more for a rental than you would probably pay for your mortgage and have the benefit of owning a home. So right now, unless you can't because you're working on your credit or you're getting ready to be deployed or something like that, you should buy a house rather than rent a house. It is the smarter financial move. But if that is the case, you should not wait. Interest rates have been inching up. Now understand, compared to like when I was a kiddo and we got this house in Vista that I grew up in when I was a little one, and where interest rates were at then, they're still crazy low, but they are inching up. And when you look at how prices have come up, you have to keep in mind that as prices come up and as interest rates come up, that your buying power diminishes a little bit. So you want to make sure that if it is time for you to buy a house, that you do not wait. Make sure to get pre-approved with a really good lender who's sharp, who knows what they're doing, and they have a good reputation in their area. Make sure to connect with a realtor, hopefully me, who will fight for you, who will educate you, and who will inform you as to how to really navigate through this market, and then get your booty out there and find an awesome house and take advantage of the fact that you can own for a lot less than you can rent for. So there you go. I know this video is a little bit long, I'm sorry, but super, super important to chew on that. As always, thank you for spending a few minutes with me, and we would love to help you. Take care.